How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This week on the Arkansas Razorbacks Dynasty on College Football 26, we're going to be going over the 2026 preseason. Um, we finished 14-1 last season. We had a really good off season. Got a couple of incredible transfers. Uh, I'd be hesitant if I didn't first mention that our best player on our team is Colin Simmons from Texas, and the second best player on our team is Arch Manning. He's also from Texas. So I just think it's great that we stole possibly the best two players out of the state of Texas, or from Texas, I should say that. So they'll have to play us this year with their two best players on the other team. Uh, I don't expect either one of them to stick around for more than one season. I think they'll both go pro after this year. But we're going to make a run for the national championship this year with the team that we've got. I just don't see how we could possibly not do so. We'll go over the team real quick. Arch Manning, obviously, starting quarterback. Backing him up is Grayson Wilson. This one kind of shocked me, but when we really got into it, he had the best statistics out of any of the guys on the team to be the backup. So Grayson Wilson's going to be backing up Arch Manning. KJ Jackson came in, played phenomenally in the game that he played in. I think we played Texas Tech. He led us to a win in that game. So I'll be shocked if he doesn't transfer out, honestly. But Grayson Wilson really is primed to take that next step and be that quarterback that we need for the future. And if it's not him, it'll likely be Jawan Krensel. I don't see Jawan Krensel playing this season a whole lot, but I mean, I guess there is a chance. There's just a lot of quarterbacks that have better stats than him. I do have to keep in mind that Grayson Wilson's throwing power is just, I mean, it's awful. One thing to note here, though, is that his deal breaker is playing time. He's not going to get a lot of that. He's going to be backing up Arch Manning. Also, mention this. For some reason, Arch Manning has changed his number from 16 to 4, and I can't change it. So Arch Manning is now number 4 at the University of Arkansas instead of 16. I can't change it, so I tried. At running back, we got Braylon Wilson. He's coming back for a second season. His pro potential is the deal breaker there for him, but honestly, he may not have to play. I mean, he'll probably be gone after this season. So backing him up is Rodney Hill, and then after that it's Keontae Hickson and Kevin Todia. Both of them, it's all pro potential for these guys right here. Todia, it's a championship contender. I think he'll be around for a while. He's the one I'm really looking at to break out of this class. He has the lowest overall, but he's got star dev trait, and he's an east-west playmaker. So I really feel like he'll end up being the guy out of this. But Braylon Russell for this season, he'll be getting a whole lot of attention. He played very well last year. I didn't do season stats, but he almost rushed for 1,000 yards last year, and 9 touchdowns. That's really good for a team that does not run the ball a whole lot. He was only 70 yards away from 1,000 yards. That's insanely good for a team that doesn't run the ball a ton from the running back position. Rodney Hill played for us last year as well. He actually only had 135 yards, but I expect his production to be much higher this year. Braylon Russell, he'll probably rush for 1,000 yards. Fullback, we do have one. He's Bill Davis. Actually was a transfer running back that I just felt was a better fit at fullback. So he's a fullback for us. He's pretty fast fullback at that, 85 speed at fullback position. I don't think we use a fullback at all, so I hate it, but there it is. Wide receiver, it's the Jaylen Brown show this year, but it's really, to be honest with you, we're deep at receiver. Jaylen Brown, Cam Shanks, Jordan Anthony is going to be in the slot this year. That's going to be an absolute insane deal breaker, I guess a deal breaker, but in a good way for us. 99 speed, 99 acceleration, 99 agility, 97 change of direction. We're talking about a guy that's got platinum takeoff. This is insanely good for us. Also, Courtney Crutchfield's going to get to play a little bit this year, along with a number of other guys back here. But that's the top 4 that'll be on the field most of the time. Uh, in that fifth position, it could be any number of these guys down here. So it really is hard to tell. Tight end, Jaden Platt's going to be the tight end mainly for us. I would expect Terrion Reno to get some playing time, but I don't really see that being. I mean, we're not going to run a whole lot of two tight end sets this year. I actually adjusted the playbook to run a lot of one tight end, but if Jaden Platt gets hurt, expect Terrion Reno to get into the game. I just don't expect him to catch a lot of passes for us. Left tackle, Jacarius Peak. He'll be the starting left tackle for us. He is a transfer out of North Carolina State. Tim Don will back him up. It'll either be Tim Don or it'll be Luca Matamoros. It'll probably be Tim Don. Left guard, Cash Courtney will be the starting left guard. I did debate putting Kavion Broussard there. I might in the end. I'll probably land on putting Kavion Broussard in that spot because I think that he's probably better suited with all the physical abilities that he has. Center positions, Caden Kittler. I don't think that changes. Brooks Edmondson behind him. There's a chance, I suppose, that he could get some playing time this year. We got a really good freshman out of Elk Grove, California, Joshua Tobin. He probably should be the backup over Edmondson. I'll make that decision before the first game, but we'll see. Shaq McCroy is going to start at right guard for us. It'll either be him or Blake Cherry. Once again, I got some decisions to be made. Ratings or abilities. I like the gold workhorse. Really makes me want to go with Blake Cherry on that. Gage Wade also, and then Josh Oben behind him. These guys I don't expect to see a whole lot of playing time, though. Right tackle, we got a Marion Harris and Kobe Branham. I think Harris gets the nod over Branham, but it's nice to have depth there. Left guard, we got Matthew Fobbs White. He was a transfer he's from Monroe, Louisiana. Our edge rushers are going to be incredibly good this year, and I have to account for that in how the defense is set up. So you're going to see some different looks. We're going to be very multiple because I think our defense can do that this year. But when you've got three edge rushers on the left side alone that are 80 plus overall, I guess technically he's a 79, but with the boost from Tactician, he's up to an 80. And then on the right side, you've got a similar situation where you've got Colin Simmons, the best edge rusher in the entirety of college football, probably going to set records this year. We got him. We got Tally right behind him, who's also an 80 overall. And then you've got a freshman out of Little Rock, Arkansas, Ezekiel Unrain, who I think is going to be phenomenal. So you've got all this depth at edge rusher positions. You really need to use it. Not to mention the fact that we've got a pretty good top 3 or 4 at defensive tackle. And we got some big guys. Ian Gefford, or Jefford, I think it's Giffard, I don't really know. 6'5", 391 pounds is what I do know, out of Mableton, Georgia, with a ton of really good abilities. Not very fast, doesn't need to be, clogs up the middle there. A good nose tackle. And of course you've got Quincy Rhodes Jr., who last year was an edge rusher for us, but is going to move inside this year to be a defensive tackle. And I think he'll do a fantastic job there. He's not very big, but he doesn't need to be that guy. Ian Giffard has 99 power moves and 95 strength. He'll be huge for us. Kevin Otis will back them up along with Caleb Bell. At Sam outside linebacker, we have Raylan Wilson. He took a huge jump this year. I think he might have been a transfer, but I can't remember. He's got to be a transfer. 88 overall, huge get for us. Mike linebacker, this is a little bit of a weak spot for us. I'd like our Mike linebacker position to be a little bit better, but we can kind of make this up. If I got to, I'll put some Will linebackers at the Mike linebacker position. We got Caleb Holloway. He was a transfer, I think, out of Sam Houston maybe. And then Bradley Shaw's obviously coming back for his second season here. Maybe second or third season. Will linebacker, best linebacker in the country, Tavion Wallace. I'd like to know his deal breaker's pro potential. That may be a problem for us eventually, but right now, I mean, we're talking about a 95 speed, 94 acceleration will linebacker who is absolutely elite in every single way. Won all kinds of awards last year, so expect him to have an even better sophomore campaign this year. He's backed up by Wyatt Simmons and Justin Logan, who I don't expect Logan to see a whole lot of playing time, but Wyatt Simmons may. Cornerback, this is another strength for us. We got Jaheim Singletary. Star dev trait's huge on him, but that gave us a lot of points to put into abilities. He's got a lot of really good ones. Gold Jammer, Silver Ball Hawk, Platinum House Call. These are huge abilities. Selman Bridges, Platinum Jammer, Platinum House Call. Kelly Jones, Gold House Call. And then you've got Deshaun Price, the freshman coming in. Doesn't have any abilities, but he's the fastest one in the group. Not to mention you've got Keyshawn Davier and Jaden Allen right behind them, both of which have house call as well. The only one I don't see seeing much playing time this year is Tyrone Garnes and probably Jaden Allen or Davier. These three down at the bottom, I doubt they see a whole lot of snaps, but that's just the price you pay. Free safety, this is a strong one for us. Randon Fournette, 89 overall. He was also a get in the transfer portal for us. As platinum blow up, silver wrap up, those are huge abilities. He's big enough to where he could play a little sub linebacker if we wanted to. 222 is pretty big for a free safety, but he has that 89 speed, so he's not too far off of that. Ryan Nolan, he was also a pickup in the portal. We got him as a backup. I don't think Taj Overton or Akari Johnson are going to see a whole lot of playing time this season. I just wouldn't bet on that. Strong safety, Kamari Wilson. He's your starting strong safety. We've got Miguel Mitchell behind him, who I think will see some playing time. But one thing that you notice in our group this year, they're very big. 222, 211. You got 222. Okay, our starting free safety is 222. Starting strong safety is 211. Backing him up is a 222 as well. Got some tall corners, 6'2", 6'2", 6'4". They get smaller as you go down the list, but like overall, I think we'll be a tall team and a very heavy team at that. Scott Starzik, obviously, he's going to start at kicker. His dev trait's only normal, so he's not a whole lot better than what he was last year. We put most of his points into accuracy. But to be honest with you, like I kind of expected him to be a lot better statistically. But he's only 75 overall. Doesn't matter. He was excellent for us last year. Hit some really huge field goals. Did have one game where I think he missed 4 field goals in one game. Pretty much, I think we could have blown out. I can't remember what team that was, but we could have really blown him out had he not missed those field goals. But it is what it is. Got Gavin Rush as a punter. 89 kick power is pretty good. Gives him the ability to get deep range as well as coffin corner. So those are pretty good abilities to have on your punter. I hope we don't have to punt a whole lot this year. So anyway, that's an overlook at the roster. Let's go ahead and look over at the schedule. Now, it's the second season, so I took some liberties here. Obviously, we're going to play a 9-game conference schedule like the SEC is going to do in real life. But we're going to start the year off at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. I said I was going to do this. We're going to play Miami on the road in their stadium, the defending national champions, in Week 1. I think this is a huge deal for us. We come out of the gate, we beat Miami on the road, definitively sets us as the number 1 team in the country. That's a statement to be made. After that, we're going to go back home to Fayetteville and play LSU in the second week of the season, which is really weird to look at, but that's just how the schedule popped up. For the Golden Boot, hopefully we can keep it in Fayetteville. We turn around, we host Indiana out of the Big Ten after that. We have a bye week in Week 4. Then we come back, we host Auburn, who just really didn't have a really good year last year. After that, we go on the road to Starkville, play another team that just really didn't have a very good year last year in Mississippi State. Then we host Oklahoma, go to Kentucky, host Ole Miss, go to Austin to play Texas. This will be a huge game kind of later in the season for us. Really need to win this one. especially since we have their starting quarterback, which if you look at Texas's 2025 record, you can see why Colin Simmons and Arch Manning transferred out. Only 3 SEC wins for Texas. That's unacceptable by their standards. Vanderbilt, another team that really struggled in the SEC last year. We host them at home. We host App State in Week 12. I know it's kind of a weird one, but kind of wanted to throw a game that was realistic in there. So I threw us a bone. And then we go on the road to finish the season at Columbia against another team that had a losing record last year. So we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that had a losing record. 6 teams that had a losing record last year. Yeah, I'm going to switch this, actually. I don't think we need to play... Yeah. I want to play a team... I mean, they don't have to be like great, but they need to have a winning record at least. You know what? Let's play Washington at home. We'll play Washington at home. Another team that I think might have made the playoff last year. So, we'll play Washington at home before we take on Missouri to finish the season. I don't want to schedule cupcakes necessarily, but at the same time, I didn't realize we were playing that many teams that had losing records last year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's crazy. Actually, there's nothing I can do about that. That's just how it fell. Oh well. Anyway, that's the schedule. We'll play Washington instead of App State. Obviously, I want to play more good teams than bad teams. Let's take a look at recruiting. We've got a lot of good ones on here. I'll just go through a couple. I don't want this to take forever. We're not going after any quarterbacks. We got a pretty good quarterback room. Plus, there's always one in the portal to pick up that's better than a freshman that you can get. Running backs, we are going after 3. I doubt we'll get all 3 of them since they're all 3 5-stars, but we need to get at least one. Lyle Kellebrew, Jamarcus Westbrook, and Mike Lamb. Lamb, I haven't offered a scholarship yet. He was one that I just kind of saw at the last second and added him in there. Wide receiver, we're going after Kamani Darnell, Floyd Demarat, Tracy Camelot. I think it's Camelot. Evan Crosby. Tight end, Breckner and Taryn Beatty. Offensive tackle, there's a bunch of names there. Guard, there's a lot of names there. There's a couple names there. Center, these are not positions that are like really, I guess you would say, sexy. They're not really positions that matter a lot. They matter a lot, but like people don't think of, they're not the names that come to mind, even though they're really the positions that matter the most, your offensive and defensive line. Forrest Watford for an edge rusher, and then Lorenzo Shelley as well. I'm not going to go over, like I said, you can kind of just glance at what we're looking at here. We're in the lead for a lot of these guys. Got some gems here and there. We did get one insta-commit, and Kari Kennedy, I don't really know. Kari Kennedy, I think is how you pronounce that. He was a gem, 3-star, and we got an insta-commit on him right out of the gate, so that's nice. 84 speed at Mike linebacker. We need some depth there. I would like his coverage to be a little bit better, but, you know, it is what it is. Going after several there. We do have he's technically a bust, but I think really, having Platinum blow up right out the bat and Platinum team player right out the bat is big for me, because that means he doesn't really lose a whole lot if he moves around. So I think I'd be willing to go after him even though he's a bust. He probably has normal dev. Going after several corners here, one of which I really want to get, this Jason Fowler kid. Really want to get him, but it might be tough. We'll just see how it goes. Free safety, Amir Scales, Dion Blunt. Strong safety, Andy McGinnis, Donovan Wolf, and Devontae Woollyhand. Hell of a name. No kickers, no punters. All right, that's going to be all for the preseason video. In the next video, we'll take on Miami at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Hopefully we can get a top 5 win on the road to begin the season. I purposefully made the schedule front-loaded to give us a lot of games that had the potential for us to to climb the standings early in the season. We're already second in the country, so if we beat Miami in week 1, I don't know how anybody could not call us the #1 team in the country. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks.